if you want to find what you love, you have to keep trying new things, because you're never going to discover it if you keep doing the same thing or things that you're familiar with.
Wow, that's gold. If you're over 30 and you've ever caught yourself staring at your computer at work thinking, what are we even doing here? Like, is this it now? Is this my life until I retire, if I retire? Then you're not crazy for wanting more. What is crazy is thinking that you should just slave away for the rest of your life and then look back and go, was that it? And the good news is you're not actually stuck, because never in history has there been a time where starting a business is more accessible to the average person. I left my job and ran a business for 11 years, went back to a job when that market became saturated and we had a kid, and now I'm part-time again thanks to this YouTube channel. So like, it can be done, and if you're feeling stuck, there's actually always another path. And something weird happens when you turn 30, right? Apart from hangovers getting way worse, you actually become more capable, more experienced, and more useful to the world, aka more useful to the market. But for some reason, we also become like less likely to take risks. You might get a mortgage, kids, career ladder. You just sort of end up in this mode where you just don't sort of want to rock the boat. And starting a business is rocking the boat, or it can feel like it is anyway. And look, when you have responsibilities, you can't just risk everything on a whim like maybe you did in your 20s. But that doesn't mean you need to get stuck in a life which doesn't excite you. And most people aren't actually stuck because they're incapable. They're stuck because of three things, or sort of three fears. So just from chatting to people, there seems to be three common themes that crop up when people talk about obstacles stopping them from starting a business or what's holding them back. The first one is what people will think. Like, you worry what old schoolmates, family, work colleagues will think. Like, they might say, oh, who does he think he is starting a business? Who does she think she is starting a vlog? And outside of your good mates and family, who should be supporting you anyway, or they're not your good mates and family, no one's actually going to care. Like, they're not going to support you, but they're also not going to hate you, because they probably just won't even notice what you're doing. They don't care enough. They've got their own lives to worry about. So I remember, and I always go back to the first time I ever went to the gym when I was younger, right? I thought, people are going to laugh at me. They're going to look at me and be like, who's this skinny guy? He doesn't know what he's doing. The truth is, no one cared, because they're all busy doing their own thing. And in the very rare case when someone is trying to put you down simply for trying to improve your life, that tells me that they have the problem, not you. And I will die on that hill, because that is pure facts. If someone's putting you down, it tells me more about them than it does about you. Maybe they're worried that you doing better with your life makes them feel worse about not doing well in their life. Now, I do think as we age, we start caring less about what other people think. That sort of becomes a strength as you get older. Like, think about how when you're at school, you used to really care what people think, because it felt like there was a lot dependent on it. Maybe I didn't so much, because I was a bit of an arrogant knobhead, but I still cared a bit. But then compare that to like an old fella who, you see them old people, they just really do not give a what people think. Do you know what I mean? So as you get older, you do start caring less, and that can become like a superpower. All right, so the second fear, and this one is a bit harder to dismiss because I think there's actually something to this, is lack of money. But what that actually means is lack of time, right? Because people say, I can't just start a business because I need to work my day job 5 days a week just to keep afloat. But if there was an extra 2 days in the week, then you could. So lack of money is also sort of lack of time, really. And it's one of the key things when you are over 30 or a little bit older, just outside of your 20s, really, when you can just eat noodles and live in a share house. But having enough money is a real worry. And I'd love to tell you that this is an irrational fear, but it's definitely not, right? Because if you're young, you can live in a share house and eat noodles and live cheaply. But if you have a mortgage, kids, bills to pay, people who rely on you, you can't just risk it all to try something. Like, let's be realistic here, okay? So the two main options you have is either option one, save up a load of money so you can afford to go without a day job for 6 months or a year, or option two, which I think is going to be more suitable for most of you watching this channel, this video, is to start a side business. And then once you start making some money, you can think about going part-time or working less hours or working towards leaving your day job, because you at least have proof of concept that there's something there, it's working, and some cash flow to help take care of your bills. Like, I didn't reduce my hours at work until I had proven to myself that this channel could regularly and consistently make some money. So figure out how to put some money in your pocket early on with a minimum viable product. So what's the bare minimum you can offer as your business, and then build on it as you go. I saw a really good quote the other day that said, make it exist first and then make it look good later. So basically launch early and ugly and focus on putting some cash in your pocket, even if it doesn't feel that glamorous at first. If you dream about owning, like, I don't know, a landscaping business, right, with loads of staff and doing wicked projects, start by getting like one lawnmower and mowing someone's lawn on the Saturday morning. You know, if you want to run like a digital marketing agency, start doing bloody social media for your local school or church or whatever. For my ecom business, it actually took 2 years for me just to go part-time, and then about another 6 months to go full-time, which I think is fairly common, because once you start getting that extra time, the curve sort of goes like that kind of thing. And I never went into debt doing that. So like, it can be done. After about 10 years, I did go back into the job world, at which point I started this YouTube channel. Since then, I've dropped a day at work when I started making some money from the channel. And there was a couple of months where I doubted my decision, but ultimately it's worked out. So you have to kind of go through those days or sometimes weeks of self-doubt as you bridge the gap, where you sort of take a leap of faith and reduce your steady income, and there might be a lag before your side business income or your business income catches up. Do you know what I mean? Inevitably, you have to deal with the self-doubt when it raises its head. It's completely normal and part of the process. All right, fear number 3, and this one has come up a couple of times lately when I've been talking to people, and I feel like it's probably the easiest fear to logically dismiss. Feeling too old is like, it's really common. I feel like that all the time. Yeah, it would have been nice if I'd started this YouTube channel sort of 10 years ago. What's going on here? Roadblock, look. But I didn't, you know. But does that mean I shouldn't do one now? No, like, if you took that approach to anything, I should have started working out 10 years ago, but I didn't, so I'll just stay unhealthy for the rest of my life. The best time to plant a tree was 10 years ago, but the second best time is now. So you're not milk, you don't expire, right? If anything, you get better, so like a fine wine. And you're more equipped as you get older as well. Like at 20, I had the energy, but I was stupid, to be honest. And anyone who knew me back then will back me up on that. Like when you're over 30, you've collected skills, contacts, discipline, common sense. And I tell you what, a 60-year-old would kill for the energy that you've got right now. So don't waste it thinking that you're ancient, because you're literally in your prime. I think you do have to watch out for complacency though. Like, for example, when I was younger, I had some really crap jobs, and it gave me like a burning passion to create something on my own. And then as you get older, your jobs usually improve somewhat, and some days you think, you know, this isn't that bad, but it will seem bad in 10, 20 years time, and you look back and go, what the hell did I just do Monday to Friday between the hours of 9 till 6 or whatever for half of my adult life? Like, if we're only here for one life, I've just spent, you know, like a third of it sitting there looking at spreadsheets. I like the expression that good is the enemy of great. Like if something's really bad, you will change it. If you're like, you know, a 30-year-old flipping burgers in a McDonald's, hating life, that's going to give you some fire to sort it out and do something. But if you're sitting there drinking tea in a cozy little office that's not exciting, but, you know, it's comfortable, then it's a real danger that you might end up not trying to do what you really want to do. So beware of settling. I've completely got sidetracked there. That wasn't what I was talking about, but it's important to say. All right, so this is a bit of a metaphor here. Because I was just plodding along, staring at my phone, I've actually got hella lost. And I don't really know where I am or where I should be going. Like I said, bit of a metaphor for life, so take a look up from your phone every now and then, all right?
Hi, darling.
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, good. Are you get it sorted?
Yeah, just be heading back soon, yeah. So the other day did you say that if you hadn't moved from Perth to Melbourne, you wouldn't have started doing group fitness or teaching group fitness?
I think there's like scientific evidence about it. It's like when you stick around your like comfort zone, you don't really grow. Yeah, you'll never sort of push yourself outside of your comfort zone if you stay around the same people.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So not just the fear of judgment then.
There is the element of fear of judgment, but it's almost like it's like when you do something new. Like when they say if you want to find what you love, you have to keep trying new things because you're never going to discover it if you keep doing the same thing or things that you're familiar with.
Wow, that's gold. That's gold. You should do this for a living.
Thank you. Even with money and stuff, they say the people that you hang around, it's like you're the average or whatever. So you're not. The people of your friend circle is quite comfortable where they are, and you start doing something new. Diary of a CEO guy, Steve talks about it quite articulately. You will always come back to your baseline. It's like when you try and lose weight. If you don't have anybody that's around you that is also helping you to do the same, like either new people like Jim or like people at the gym or another
Jim? Who's Jim?
accountability partner. People
Who's Jim? Is this your side man?
Oh, darling. Why are you asking?
So just let you know, this call's being recorded.
For monitoring and quality.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, that's really good. Thank you. I'm heading back now.
You cheeky sausage, you hear it?
Yeah. Trying to take credit.
Okay, say bye, Dad. Love you.
Bye, Dad. Bye, Cherry.
All right, bye. Love you. See you soon.
Bye. All right, love you. Bye.
Bye. All right, listen up. Listen up, listen in. Starting a business is an option for you. And don't let anyone tell you that it isn't. Even these days, I see there's certain content creators that tell you now is a terrible time to start a business and there's no point. The government are going to tax you, all this stuff. But let me tell you something, right? Those people have started a business. That is their business, spreading doom and fear and making people not even want to try, right? So they're hypocrites. They're running businesses. So don't listen to them. Starting a business is an option for you. And this is something that I think no one tells to office workers. Like if you're a tradie, it's obvious, right? You're surrounded by small business owners and examples of people who've made the transition from employee to owner. You think, I'll just go out on my own one day. Boom, business. Like, okay, it's not that simple. And it is still crazy hard, but at least it's in your head that it's possible because you've seen other people doing it. But if you're a desk jockey, like corporate spreadsheets all day, no one shows you that path. All you sort of know is the career ladder, climb the ladder, get my 5% pay increase each year, whatever. And you assume that starting a business just isn't something that can be done, but it absolutely is. But you don't start with quitting your job, borrowing 100 grand, opening a cafe, unless you want to do like some money laundering, allegedly. That's how you blow your savings, right? And just get in a mess, especially if it's your first business or your first time trying to go out on your own and things like that, and you haven't really got a business background. If you haven't got a business background, doesn't matter. You can learn easy enough through channels like this one. Subscribe, yeah?